And we're live.
Howdy.
My name's Noah. I'm an alcoholic.
My name's Gabe. I'm a codependent and an alcoholic who's
Sorry,
getting
I'm trying to
crushed into the corner.
Well, it's more in the middle.
I know. And this is ENC Recovery, live recovery meeting open to all who would like to stop by and talk about recovery.
Right. So let's start it off with saying the Serenity Prayer.
Okay, let's do it.
I've already said it once, but why not again?
That's right. It's a good thing to do.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. And if you've watched any of our previous streams, we like to read from, what is it, Just for Today, which is an NA website. So let's put that up for you guys to be able to read along with us. Oh, are you kidding me?
If you've also watched our previous streams, you'll know that we have occasional technical difficulties, and we'll fix it up right quick.
It's being all like weird. That's weird because it was too small before I started this stream, and then went back into it. Now it's like, then it was too big. Like I fixed it, so it like doesn't know what it's doing. I don't think.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to it. Okay.
We're good?
Yes.
Okay.
Doing good. Feeling good. We examine our actions, reactions, and motives. We often find that we've been doing better than we've been feeling. The way we treat others often reveals our own state of being. When we are at peace, we're most likely to treat others with respect and compassion. However, when we're feeling off-center, we're likely to respond to others with intolerance and impatience. When we take regular inventory, we'll probably notice a pattern. We treat others badly when we feel bad about ourselves. What people might not be revealed in an inventory is, or when people, why did I say that? When what might not be revealed in an inventory, however, is the other side of the coin. When we treat others well, we feel good about ourselves. When we add this positive truth to the negative facts we find about ourselves in our inventory, we begin to behave differently. When we feel badly, we can pause to pray for guidance and strength. Then we make a decision to treat those around us with kindness, gentleness, and the same concern we'd like to be shown. A decision to be kind may nurture and sustain the happiness and peace of mind we all wish for. And the joy we inspire may lift the spirits of those around us, in turn fostering our own spiritual well-being. Just for today, I will remember that if I change my actions, my thoughts will follow. And there you have it. That was really good.
It was really good. What do you like about it?
I kind of... I agree with that. I mean, I think it's hard, though, to be nice to some people, especially when they're not, like, really nice to you, and they're the ones that are putting you down. That's what I really have a problem with, being nice to the people that put me down. So I just try to ignore them. I've been trying to ignore that and just, let them be them and have it not affect me.
Right.
But it's hard.
Right. But you probably notice that is it easier to not let that affect you if you're feeling good about yourself, like where you're at, versus if you're in a bad place, then
I'd jump on it and then probably like, oh, no,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm feeling good about myself, I don't need to stick up for myself. I'm like, whatever, dude.
Right, or even like give it attention.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way. I think it's like a great concept, and I wish that I always felt good about myself so that that I could just be, interacting with people from the best possible place. But I think as far as I've gotten with it is just being able to check in with myself and be a little more aware of what I'm really feeling, so that at least if I know that I'm feeling bad about myself or I'm feeling just down or whatever, that I can honestly say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to react to you in a good way right now because of where I'm at, as opposed to just jumping into the fight. So I don't know, I've taken a small step in that reading, but I'm definitely not all the way there. Like it talked about in the end, being able to like kind of choose your attitude and choose your reaction, and I'm definitely not there. But at least to the point of knowing when my reaction is not going to be good. Like I know it out of the gate, Are you waiting for me to say something? Because I was waiting for you to say something.
Yeah.
You don't like me looking at myself? We got to move the camera.
It looks good, though, when you look up there.
It's too high. It's so high.
No.
Do you have any more to say about that topic, or is there anything else that's on your mind?
Sorry, the mic picks it up like big time.
When I set down the coffee.
No, I mean, I have a lot of, I think I have a lot of feelings and emotions towards like the way people treat other people, because it's like, it really is like anything like online, people are just so horrible and mean, and like very childish, you see it a lot. It's just like, I feel bad for those people that are most likely being abused, and that's why they have to hide behind their computer. It's just
What are you talking about? Like people that like make like a mean response to like somebody else's post or something like that?
Yeah. And then of course, they don't even have like a profile picture or anything because they're just trying to hide. They can't. This.
Yeah, I mean that's a huge topic. I mean, I have like massive issues with the internet and what it creates, the like depersonalization of human interaction. That you can say, whatever you want, and people say things that they might not say in person, and create personas that are not real, so it's a very confusing environment for me because so much of it is false,
right?
And it's hard to detect, when something is genuine, when somebody's sharing something real. So I generally just opt out altogether. And I mean, it's such a powerful tool, to be able to reach people across the entire world for whatever, for different causes, for common interest or whatever. But I don't know. There's not enough safety parameters for my taste. So
I agree.
I prefer to deal with people in person.
All right. And well, I mean, when you were working in retail, you're still having to deal with people over the phone, and they're still like behind that. And
yeah, like I guess degrees of.
Right, and you get like this instant judgment about like who they are, and like, oh my gosh, like, but you really don't even know them, and they really don't know you, and people can take their own anger out on
Mm-hmm.
This is like going so.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's kind of somewhat in the same. How if you're feeling good about yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not saying let these people just crap all over you and be like, oh, just take it, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe show them some empathy,
Yeah.
be like, if they're like super angry, it's like, I'm sorry that you're having like a bad day,
Mm-hmm.
and that
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you need to take it out on me.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry that you're going through that.
Yeah. I mean, my reference points for this conversation would be pretty old. Like Al-Anon literature talks a lot about courtesy, and I think that's not a word we hear a lot these days, but there's probably a more modern way to say it. But basically just the idea of, in dealing with anyone at any time, we do it in the kindest way possible. Not, lying, not giving ourselves away and promising things that we don't really mean. None of that, but, the truth in a courteous way. I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think it is a huge problem, society wide, that a lot of people are hurting and angry and in need, and that comes out in the way they treat others. He's pointing to my elf magnet in the back. Gotta love it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's hard to do in the moment, especially if somebody catches us when we're not in a great place and not feeling all that good about ourselves. But
it's so hard.
It is.
It is. It took me I guess a while to feel good about myself and to accept myself. Especially growing up.
Me too. And it's like a work in progress. Like that's like lifetime of work, right?
Yeah.
Because we all come up with vulnerabilities and things that we just don't feel great about in ourselves, and if other people find a way to hit on that, then
I know, like that comment that I told you about earlier today where they misspelled it. It took a lot out of me, or it took a lot of me and like my confidence to not say something out like back. It's like why would I even need to?
Right. Yeah. I mean, do you want to tell the stream? It's just a video game, but your username is always Elite Noah Cruz, right?
Yeah, right.
And that's what you use for sports and everything else. So it's not like really pretentious. He's not saying he's the best gamer or the best racer or the best anything. It's just like a self-motivational thing. But somebody said, "What? You're not elite, or you're not a lot.
You ain't a lot." Which what they were going for was, I believe, you ain't elite. You are not. So I don't know. My guess is it's either a kid or somebody who just doesn't know English.
Right. And who just wants a reaction out of you, because you're a total stranger.
Right. It's like out of nowhere. It's like, okay.
But I mean, how bad does somebody have to feel to do that?
Right.
To go seek out an outlet on the internet or through a video game to insult someone and see if you can get some kind of interaction going.
Like, oh man, it's like I feel bad for that person. Like they were obviously, that's like abuse right there. Whether it's like their peers or adults, and if it isn't a child. And it's an adult, then it's like, oh my gosh, this kid definitely was made fun of throughout school, and that was the only way he could, like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, you know, all you can do is control your reaction, right? Because...
Yeah. So all I did was click on their name and press ignore so that I don't get any of their messages.
Mm-hmm. And did you feel good about that? Like, better than if you went into it, like...
I'm not sure.
Whatever.
You know, I'm really not sure.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's like that. I still get that, like, I don't know, that, like, you don't know me.
Like that man thing, like
Yeah.
you want to, like, put the dominance
Right.
out there. Like, whoa, don't talk to me like that. But, I mean...
Especially being, like, somewhat of an elite athlete. It's like, of course I suck at games.
Yeah. That, I mean, that's hard. I think maybe a little more for men than women, but maybe not. I mean, you know, I guess it probably depends on your certain things. You know, there are things, you know, about myself that, like, I feel good about, or they're, like, part of my definition of myself, that if somebody wants to throw some stones at that, you know, I might be really tempted to be like, hey, listen.
Right.
But in that context, someone who doesn't know you, you know, if this was an in-person interaction.
He's always in the back.
Mr. Riz. Then you might feel right saying, you know, listen, don't talk to me like that. That's not appropriate, you know.
Right.
But someone...
And, well, I know usually people in real life, once they see me, aren't going to say that.
Right. Yeah.
So they're like, oh, okay, this guy is obviously something.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they just wouldn't, like, say something mean to a stranger in real life. You know, like you say, behind the computer screen, it's all safe.
Yeah.
You know, but most of us, I mean, unless you got some real issues, are not going to just go up and insult somebody just to get a fight going. I don't know.
Right.
So that was like a long tangent.
Yeah. Feels good to get it out, though.
Right.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't hold it in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how long have we been? I think our timer is right there. Woo! Usually we do it for 15 minutes. I think that's pretty good.
That is good. So you want to wrap up here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's all we got. Give us a like, drop us a question, any topics that you'd like us to cover. We go off of the daily reading from Narcotics Anonymous, because they just have a good little daily reflections book or whatever. But very open to whatever you guys would like to discuss, particularly recovery related.
Recovery, or if you're just struggling with anything like life, any life issues. Even if you're like being bullied or like, you know, feel bad about yourself, like give us a follow or I don't know what it is on YouTube.
I don't know either. A subscribe.
Follow,
I don't know.
Whatever. But yeah, we're in it with you.
Yes. Happy to talk about whatever.
Yes.
All right. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you.
Do you want to end with a prayer?
I mean, we haven't been doing that.
Okay.
I don't know.
We can afterwards.
Yeah, we haven't got any feedback yet. We asked last time how people feel about prayer, if you know, like or be offended by or have.
YouTube might be just like hiding this video from everybody, so we don't know.
Yes, that's the reason no one is viewing us. YouTube, damn you. Okay. Have a great day, everybody.
Yes.
We love you. Until next time.
Bye. Nope.
We're so good.